Welcome to the TV and Movie Review Show, bringing you a review on the latest TV shows and movies. So let's jump into it. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Talking Out Loud with Jazzy929, TV and Movie Review Show. I'm your host, Jazzy929, and today I come to you reviewing the TV show The Outsider. This is season 1. The show airs on HBO on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. With that being said, I want to let y'all know y'all can give me your feedback below this episode. Also, go over to my Facebook group page and leave me your feedback on the show and also how y'all feel about this review. With that being said, I'm going to jump into it. We are on the first episode. It opens up with a white van with blood on the side in a parking lot that is in a park. We see a dog being walked by a man. This man actually finds a body in the woods. We find out that it is a young boy. His name is Frank. It shows that someone had did a number on this poor little child. We see bite marks on him, and he is cut up pretty badly. We see there is a witness that found the witness that is the man that was walking the dog. We find out that he says usually the park is empty. You know what I'm saying? The parking lot, you know what I'm saying, that the van was in, usually the whole parking lot is empty when he goes through at 5 p.m. He said when he got to the child was still alive. We see a warrant is issued for a man named Maitland. We find out that he's a baseball coach. We see that at a baseball game a few days later, Maitland gets arrested. We see that a teacher comes forward as a witness and she tells cops that she seen the Peterson boy, which is Frankie, everybody. His name is Frankie Peterson. And she says, as she was coming out the store from going grocery shopping, she seen this little boy. She said this little boy was walking with his bike and something appeared wrong with his bike, which his chain had popped off of his bike. We see that Maitland stopped the little boy to speak to him, and he gave the little boy a ride home from what it appeared. A little girl also came forward as a witness, and she tells them that she was near the park that day, and she see Maitland come out the park, come out the woods. That what it was of the park, and he was bloody. He had blood around his mouth, and he actually spoke to her, you know what I'm saying? She told him, you know what I'm saying, was he fighting with a bad man? He told her that he was hit by a branch while he was in the woods. Like I said, the little girl told him that she thought he was fighting with a bad man. We see that at the crime scene, as far as the crime scene would be the van, I guess. In this van that was filmed, there was the bike chain in it, and on the windshield of this van there was a piece of paper torn and it had words on it, and we also had blood on the van. We see that Terry, which is Maitland guys, we see that Terry, which is Maitland, he goes to a strip club that night to clean off. And he changes his clothes. Something that was weird was that he came in there with a change of clothes. We see that when he went in there, you know what I'm saying, he spoke to the bartender, you know what I'm saying, and then he ended up leaving, and he calls a cab to get out of the bar, to leave the bar. But something that was weird was the fact that when he got into the cab, he asked the cab, which was sitting outside already, to go ahead and call the dispatcher and let them know, you know what I'm saying, that he was being picked up. We see that his wife comes to the field to see what's going on, and she also gets him a lawyer. We see that Terry's wife says that he did not do this, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't even in town the night of the murder, or the day of the murder. We see the cops ask him, as they, you know what I'm saying, was taking him to the police station, if he had touched any more of the kids in the city. He tells the cab driver to call, like I said before, the dispatcher, and tell them that he's being picked up. the night of the murder. The cab driver expresses that there was something wrong with his eyes when she seen him. We see that Terry actually goes to, a train station that night when he had gotten out the cab, and he made sure that the cameras at the train station actually seen him. He leaves the train station without a ticket, and we find out later on that, as the police are looking at the camera video, that Terry is flipping them off during this time. We see that the police have fingerprints and AB plus blood as far as evidence. They want Terry to be swabbed so they could get his DNA. During that time, we see that Terry asked for his lawyer. We see someone standing in a crowd, with a hoodie on, and the guy, it has to be a guy, y'all. That's what I got out of it. And he looks very strange, This was during the time that we see the police going into Terry's house searching it. We see that Terry has no clue, about the fan. He doesn't know where this fan came from. He don't know anything about this fan when he's asked about this fan. We see that the lawyer says that basically the police have nothing, and Terry says that he wasn't even in the city at the time. He was in Cap City. We see Frankie's mother wants to bury her son. She is at the coroner's office. She says she wants to bury her son, and during that time she says she wants his body. She turns around, she sees Terry, and she asks him, "Did you kill my boy? Did you kill my boy?" We see folks looking at Terry as they want to do something to him, for the crime that he committed when he's getting put in his jail cell. We see the cops try to put him in a jail cell to get jumped, but he doesn't fall for that mess. We got him going to the jail cell. The cops want him to go. One cop want him to go inside this jail cell, and it's full of men that want to jump on him. And Terry basically tells him, this is not going to happen. So they end up moving him into another jail cell. We see him in Cap City on video, and he was in a conference. And during this time we see in this video, he was actually participating in a conference. He was asking, the host questions and everything. So it looks like, from the video, like Terry said, he wasn't there during the day of the murder, so he couldn't have done it because he was at this conference. We see that Frankie's mother has a breakdown and messes up her whole house. During this time, if I'm not mistaken, everybody, she dies. We see that Terry's child, which is his daughter, tells her mother, because she's acting strange. She starts yelling and everything, looking at the wall or something. And she tells her mom, Mom, I see a man, he keeps talking to me. He's talking to me. And the mother can't see this man, We see that the lawyer is looking for more proof. We see the cops find Terry, they find out Terry went to the store while he was in Kaplan. And he went to the store looking around, and he looked onto a bookshelf and I guess pulled a book out. The reason the police know this because they went to the store to Anderson. The cop Anderson went to the store, to find out some proof, and he was investigating, and he asked the store clerk, did you see this man? And she said, yeah, I remember this man because don't nobody mess with them books up there, and he happened to come in here and look at the books. So that's why he stood out for me. We see his fingerprints which is Terry's, everybody. His fingerprints happen to be on the books, or one of the books that he pulled in on me. We see the cop and his wife, which is Anderson, had a son. His name was Derek. They go to his gravesite for his birthday. We find out that his son died of cancer, as far as Anderson's son. We see that Anderson's son actually asks her asked him, if he thinks that Terry actually committed this crime as far as killing this little boy. He says that he does not. He basically doesn't know. He can't figure it out quite yet. We see that folks are losing sleep over this case. We see that inmates are actually threatening threatening Terry, and they tell him that they're going to kill him the next day. And when he goes to court, when he gets back from court, one of the inmates said they were going to jump on him and kill him. That's all that I got from this show. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it's pretty good. I want it. I'm really liking this show, everybody. I'll give it a 10 out of 1 to 10. It most definitely is a 10. I'm going to continue watching it. I want to know what y'all thoughts are. Feel free to leave your feedback here under this episode or over on my Facebook group page. Is this show something that you would continue watching? Or, you know what I'm saying, is this something that, you know, doesn't float your boat just yet? With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I want to thank you all for listening in. Until next time.
Find Talking Out Loud with Jazzy 929 at Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Castbox, Deezer, Soundcloud, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Find merch at Red Bubble.
Hi, Royal.